Hi, I'm Gail Golden, a leadership advisor and executive performance coach. I'm here today to talk with you about a problem that many of my executive clients face. Let's say you're the CEO and you're in a meeting with your board of directors to talk about your vision for the company, and you find that every point you make, they respond by challenging, undermining, and disagreeing with you. Or you're a senior executive, you're in a meeting with your boss, you've got a great idea for a new project the company should undertake, and your boss just doesn't seem to get it. You find you're feeling increasingly frustrated, maybe even angry or scared, but you know that if you show those feelings with any kind of intensity, it's going to undermine your credibility and your influence. So what do you do to keep your cool when you're in that kind of high-stakes situation? That's what I'm going to demonstrate for you. Doug, how's it going?
Good, thank you.
Good, we're glad to have you here. So today we're going to work a little bit on what we've been talking about, of how you keep yourself emotionally calm in a high-stakes conversation. So first, the quickie Gail Golden model of stress. In order to be stressed, you have to have two components. One is how you're thinking about the situation, and the other is physical tension in your body. So that means there are two ways you could lower your stress. One is change your thinking, which usually takes some time. And the other is use techniques to lower the physical tension in your body, which you can do very quickly. And that's what we're going to focus on today. Now, to get yourself relaxed, ideally you lay flat on the floor. But when you're in a conversation with your boss, it's not generally acceptable to lie flat on the floor. So what I'm going to teach you is a partial relaxation technique, which you can use in a public situation and nobody needs to know what you're doing. So what I'd like you to do is to just lay one of your arms on the tabletop. You want to have the weight supported from your fingertips to your elbow. So what you do now is you stop telling your arm to do anything. You just let it sink down into the table, not press it down, but just let it sink. And you sort of listen to your arm. And you can feel the smoothness of the table and the coolness of the table, that it's flat, and your arm maybe feels heavy, almost as if it's sinking down into the table. And you're just going to let it sit there and not do anything. Now, what you may notice is that as I'm talking about this, my voice is getting quieter and I'm speaking more slowly, which isn't something I'm doing on purpose, but it's because as my arm is relaxing, so is the rest of my body. All the muscles through your body, you're still sitting up straight, but your whole body gets more relaxed because it's really hard to be tense and relaxed at the same time. So just let's do this for a minute. Just keep your arm on the tabletop. Keep feeling what the arm is feeling and just let yourself sit with that for a minute. Okay. What'd that feel like?
It was calming. I felt my breath start to regulate in a more natural way. It took me out of the kind of frenetic energy that was in my head at the beginning.
Yes.
And it kind of melted into my arm and then into the table and kind of dissipated that energy through that point of focus, I guess.
Yeah. Now, were you able to still pay attention to what I was saying?
I was paying attention better and hearing you and receiving you more clearly. It felt like after we started the exercise, because I wasn't so distracted by breath and by thought and all those things.
Right. And so that's one of the other advantages of this, is you're doing it, nobody knows you're doing it, and in fact you are more connected and present than if you've got all that buzz going on in your head at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Great. So what I would suggest, if this is something that you can use the next time you're in one of those high-stress conversations with your boss, before then, what I would suggest is you practice it on your own. Just, when you're by yourself, just practice relaxing the arm. And then next time you're meeting with your boss and you get into that loop that we've talked about, use the arm and let me know how it goes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure. Managing your emotions in high-stakes conversations is just one of the many challenges my clients face. If you'd like to know more about how to handle that situation or other challenges that you're facing, check out gailgoldenconsulting.com.